Billboard charting artist Garry Percell has spent more than 2 decades crafting a sound that blends the soul of R&B, the emotion of blues, and the sophistication of smooth jazz into one unforgettable music experience. Known for his rich tone, heartfelt performances, and dynamic stage presence, Percell has shared stages nationally with renowned recording artists while building a respected name as a producer, studio musician, and creative visionary. From his captivating rendition of Going in Circles featuring Tony Terry to his latest interpretation of the timeless classic Love Ballad, Garry continues to bridge generations through music that speaks directly to the heart. Get ready for an intimate conversation with one of contemporary jazz guitar's most passionate storytellers, Garry Percell, on Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide.
Hey everybody, welcome. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I did, full of family. It was Mother's Day, and I hope you guys, those who still have their moms, were able to enjoy. Those who no longer have their moms with them, listen, remember the good times, the memories, the pictures, the food, um, the love more than anything. So keep them close, always there. I want to say hello to Facebook first, and I want to have you do me a favor. Get your phones out. I want you to, yes, go ahead, invite, share, tag, let everybody know that we are on there. I know now as we, yeah, we've had some tech issues, but hopefully YouTube, which is my backup, is okay. So, but go ahead and share and invite. Let everybody know we're on the air. So YouTube, I just talked about you. When you come in, I want you to subscribe, hit that button, and stay connected. We've got so many wonderful artists that are up and coming, events that you don't want to miss. So make sure you stay connected. Tonight is a special night. It's a up close and personal interview. No on the local, no hot topics. Yes, that's been the going thing recently to kind of mix things up. But today, my friend Garry Percell is back. We were just talking back of house of how long it's been since the last time we were together here on the platform. That was in 24, March of 24. Too long. So we're going to bring our friend and confidant back to the platform, Garry Percell. I am so glad to have you back on this platform. Welcome back to the show.
I am so happy to be back. It's been a while, but it's great to be back on this wonderful platform that you have. And so I'm so happy to be back that you invited me back.
You are always welcome. I don't want to have to send you an invitation. It's open whenever you want to come. Hey, I got something new. You got my phone number. Everybody does not have that.
I feel special.
Absolutely, you are. You are. And I'm sure Janice is probably somewhere watching.
Yeah,
Your
probably.
wife, Janice. Hey, Janice. I can't wait to literally meet you guys so I can kind of hug your necks and because you're family. And,
Amen.
Yeah, you are. So we're back in the saddle. We've got something special for tonight, and that is music. You've got a new release. Normally, like I said, I would have my sidekick. His name's Troy Saunders. You're going to be interviewing with him real soon.
Okay.
I'd have my sidekick with me, but I wanted to be selfish tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, I wanted to be selfish. He has his mom night coming.
Okay.
Oh, I want my own night as well.
All right.
So
Well, you deserve it. You
yeah, I
deserve it.
think I do. I think I
Yeah,
work hard and I work hard for the money, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
right. Absolutely.
Oh my God. And so we've got people that are coming in, and I just, Chinyer is here from the UK. I want to first start by acknowledging Chinyer. She's such a supportive watcher, fan, follower. I appreciate you, Chinyer.
Mhm.
Hopefully, I'll get to see you really soon and hug your neck as well. More are coming in. I think a lot of what I'm seeing is on the YouTube side, and
Okay.
that is good. Yeah, they're coming in. If you're coming in from YouTube, please comment and let us know who you are. Gnats everywhere. Do you have those things in North Carolina too? Do you, if you're just sitting in a room, do you see the gnats just like buzzing and flying around?
Yeah, we call them like fruit flies. So,
Ah,
if you have a lot of fruit in your house and natural fruit
yeah.
sitting around, hey, you're going to get fruit flies. Yeah.
Man, I'm so sick of them.
Mhm.
They're just annoying, and
Yeah.
I'm way away from where the fruit actually is,
Yeah.
so, but having them around. So if you guys see me do this, I'm not really saying hello. I'm trying to get these fruit flies, as my brother calls them, out of the way.
Out of the way.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But good to have you back. I just want to start. I want to get in there. I want to get every bit of this hour
Mhm,
contributed to the new release that you have out.
mhm.
Um, right now, we just went to radio. I actually, everybody, Garry is not only my brother, but he's my client.
Mhm.
And I've been supporting him on the PR side and the social media side. So
Yeah.
we just went to radio today. How do you feel? Are you excited? Come on, tell me. How do you?
Very, very excited. Very
Yeah,
excited. Worldwide is what we strive to be,
sure.
and you have been a great vehicle for that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you, thank
Hmm.
you. And so we want to send a shout out to Goroff Music Marketing.
Hmm.
We also want to send a shout out to Chris Big Dog Davis. I don't know that he's watching. Maybe he'll pop in. You just see with me, you never know who's going to come on this platform. I've had Will Downing pop in, and
Yeah,
everybody goes crazy. It's like, hey, Sabrina, it's Will.
yeah.
It's like,
You never know. You
you just
never know.
never know. No, you never
Hmm.
know. So, Chris, if you're watching, amazing job on the production
Hmm.
of the song. I've yet to say, but you guys, if you're following us, you know it is Love Ballad. It's the classic #1 hit R&B tune from 1976. Yes.
1976. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it you when I tell you, I have listened to that song over and over and over again. Um, I fall in love with it every time I hear it now, more and more.
Yeah. The very classic R&B.
Yes,
Wonderful. Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But you kind of stepped away though. I want to start there. You stepped away
Hmm.
from releasing music for about
Hmm.
2 years nearly.
Hmm. Hmm.
And during that silence, what how do I ask, what changed in Garry Percell, if anything? The musician versus Percell, the man. Or if it was both. Share
Yeah.
that with us. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's been a transformation
Mm,
with me, of course, over the last 2 years.
yeah,
People sometimes they say sometimes you have to that go through a soul searching,
sure.
and so I took a little hiatus there for a minute
You did.
just to search some things,
Right.
and and here's the upside to that is that when you really search yourself and go to that place inside yourself that sometimes you don't even visit,
Mm,
and when you do that then you will find so many things that are of value that you have not even tapped into yet. And I believe that when I went on that hiatus, then it was a little soul searching. I guess and we can get into that a little bit deeper.
Absolutely.
And so when I did that, I tapped into a place deeper down inside of me of passion, if I could use that word.
Sure.
And so it the sensitivity
Mhm.
in myself started to heighten, and and I don't want to sound really way out there,
No, no, it's
but
all about you tonight. It
yeah,
really is.
and so I have to kind of go here for a moment. Is that the reasoning why I stepped away for 2 years because of the passing of my daughter Chantel. She was 38 years old. So
Mhm.
during that time, uh, I really felt like that a part of me had died, if I can use
Mm.
that word,
Sure,
and had
sure.
fallen away from me. I did not feel whole at that
Mm.
time,
Wow.
and so it's a little soul searching time. And one of the things, because of the gift that God has given me through music, it is that I try to uh, come from that place in the purest form that I can. And so when that happened, I didn't feel within inside myself that I was whole enough
My God.
to search for that part in me that is music, that I can put that music together to present to those that are listening, or to those of the world that in the ears, for those that are ready to receive something, that it will be at its purest sense. And so I did not want to shortchange that journey, and
Right.
so I searched myself at that time, asking all of the questions to God,
Mm.
and says that I'm broken,
Mm.
and I don't really know which way, that should I put this, just sit this aside, or what should I do at this point? Because
Sure.
God, what I really need to do before I can move forward
Right.
musically, that
Yeah.
I have to be healed. And so I went through that point where God healed me,
Yeah.
and how He healed me was is that I'm going to fill that void that you
Mm.
feel that has left you, and I'm going to fill that void with love. And so during that process of me being away for 2 years, He was filling me with this love, and not just this surface love, but it was the agape love.
Wow.
And when He did that and poured that into me, and I started, my reservoir started to rise, and I began to feel whole again.
Right.
And but then I noticed that He had partaken, had put placed something else inside of me along with that
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
And so this this music played, and I was listening to some music, and Love Ballad came on,
Oh,
by
really?
LTD, and
Yeah.
Jeffrey Osborne singing it, and
Yep.
it just spoke to me, because the hook of that song is so strong and passionate, that
It is.
stayed with you for so many years of your life. And
Right.
what we have is much more than they
That
can
we can
see.
see. Oh my God. That is like
Yeah.
that song, it brings back memories for so many
Hmm.
people on so many levels, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Hmm.
even the first riff run, he's not
Yeah.
even singing like lyrics.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know who it is,
You know who it is.
and
Hmm.
if you know, if you followed him for any amount of time,
Hmm. Hmm.
you're like, ah,
Hmm.
and it puts people in this place, and
Yes.
most times it's really a good place.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good place. Yeah. It is. It is just that kind of song.
Yeah,
And of course, the writer, Skip
Scarborough.
Scarborough,
Yeah,
in the writing of that song, is just, it's a great song that will last forever.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm loving that we are authentically. just getting, even though I have questions, it's just flowing
Mhm. Mhm.
wonderfully. Your interpretation, though, of Love
Mhm.
Ballad, it feels less to me like a remake and more like a, a, a conversation, if you will.
Mm. Mm.
Was and so then it would, now that you've explained it, because I've heard you share your loss with another interview
Mhm.
that we had a week ago.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, and I heard you share that with them, and
Yeah.
I was really, I mean, I had mixed emotions. I think I was holding my breath
Oh
when
no.
you were sharing it,
Oh no.
but I was happy to know
Yeah.
that at the end you said, "But I'm healed."
But I'm healed.
That just blessed me
Mhm.
so much. So then that then would answer that next question of the emotional space you were in
Mhm.
when you were trying to
Mhm.
approach the arrangement. Was that was a heavy part of it, or a big part
It.
of the space that you were in when you
Mhm.
decided that you, because I know you were listening to the song.
Mhm.
Did that spark the, oh, I need to release this song to everybody?
Mhm.
Is that,
Mhm.
was that the space you were in when you decided to release it?
It was the space that I was in
Yeah.
when I decided to release that song,
Yeah.
and because it's just the nature of that song, and so what it did for me at that time, I said this song could, I can approach this song in a way that it would not diminish,
Mm,
the part of the song when it was originally written
right.
and performed. And so I looked at it from a position that just like you said, not a remake, so to speak, or a cover of something that was,
Yeah.
but from a musician position, I have to say this, and moving forward, it is that I tried to approach a cover song, a song that was done before,
Mhm.
and to capture the true essence of that song, because I believe if you do that, then you can hold on the spiritual nature of that song when it was first written. And so when I continued with this song and I approached the song, the space that I was in,
Sure.
then although I'm not doing it exactly like the original, but
Mm,
I'm actually delivering a continuation of the spirit of the song.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I want to ask one more question before we go to break.
Okay.
Um, So we're talking about, and we can just, because like I said, I've got questions. I probably have
Okay.
30 questions here,
Right.
but however they come up, that's how I want to
Yes.
approach them. But
Hmm.
Love Ballad is a song that people have already carried with them
Hmm.
emotionally. I mean, over the years. I mean, you name it, Earth, Wind, and Fire. You got Marvin Gaye. You know, you start covering tunes like that, it immediately evokes
Hmm.
something, right?
It does. It does.
Was it intimidating at all in the creative process when you were um, in the studio giving your version? Because it's such a huge
Hmm.
song. Do you know what I mean?
Huge, huge
So
song.
creatively, was it, did it at any point kind of make you feel some kind of way? And maybe intimidating is not the right word, but
Okay.
what did you feel as you were in the studio covering your rendition of it?
Well, it wasn't difficult
Good, good.
because my connection with this song goes all the way back to 1976.
Right.
So, for those that don't know, is that the group LTD
Wow.
originated in Greensboro, North Carolina, which was only about 30 minutes from where I live.
Look at that.
So I used to be part of this group in this band that was out of Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And we had a big, huge house with many rooms in it. And of course, there was a rehearsal room as well while we rehearsed in.
Hmm.
So most of us stayed in that house. And one day during our rehearsal, one of the guys invited someone by, and they said, you know what, LTD was in town, and Jimmy, JD Davis, was coming by. Not knowing me at that time that Jimmy Davis, was the musical director for the group LTD, because
Amazing.
in Greensboro was his hometown where he was from. And that gave me a connection, with this song.
Yeah,
And it was like 1976. So they were in town and it was out on that tour, with that hit song Love Ballad.
sure.
And so that was the beginning connection with LTD. But LTD had a different name that they started out with in Greensboro. That
Right.
changed a bit later on. So that I have a connection with that song. So when I approached that song, and JD Davis is deceased now, he's gone. So I brought that with me too. And so I say, yeah, I'm going to do the best that I can do with
Sure.
this song,
Sure.
to carry that legacy on. So wow, I never thought of it that way until now, is that I'm just a continuation of the legacy of that song, Love Ballad.
Yeah. And I love the word you're using, legacy, because somewhere down in this list of things that I'm going to ask, I
Mhm.
want to talk about legacy to some degree, but I want to take our first commercial of the night,
Yeah.
and then we can go from there, because this is about Garry Percell tonight, and rightfully so. The way that you present this song is absolutely phenomenal. If you
Yeah.
guys have not yet heard the song, his rendition, I want you to go out and download. Gary, I'll be right back with you in just a little bit. But I want you guys to go out and I want you to download. Spotify is very important for numerous reasons. If that's not your favorite DSP of choice, meaning digital streaming platform, then you download wherever you like. But if it's important for supporting Garry Purcell, then I want you to go to Spotify and download. Also, follow him while you're on Spotify as well. So, listen, hang tight, get your popcorn, get your glass of wine, whatever your drink of choice is. We're going to come back in just a little bit more and continue our chat with our special guest, Billboard charting guitarist, Garry Purcell, right here on Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide.
The Music Note Boutique has returned, offering must-have lifestyle go-tos from indie artist Reveal worldwide. Grab your Black is the New White mug, our 25-ounce hot-cold travel cup, and our classic teas, available in an array of colors. Get your essentials now. Visit us at etsy.com/shop/the Music Note Boutique. I'm Sabrina Taylor, creator and host of the indie platform Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide, where the artist shares their story and I premiere their latest release. Connect with Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide here, Mondays on Facebook and YouTube, 7:30 p.m. Central.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. If you are just joining us, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here tonight. Our special guest is guitarist Garry Percell. We are chatting with him, and his new music is Love Ballad. Most of you know that. Some of you who are maybe a little younger may say, I'm not familiar with that, but I would say Google it. And when you hear it, you'll say, I know that song. I just didn't know the name of the song. And I'm going to tell you and be honest, some of those songs are like that with me. I will hear a melody and just never knew what the name of the song was.
Yeah.
And then, when it becomes relevant, it's like, oh my God, I've always loved that song. Never knew the name. But it is an amazing song, Love Ballad. When Jeffrey Osborne was with the group LTD. We've got comments that are still coming up. We've got people that are still coming in between Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to the show. If this is your first time, I'm so happy to have you on. Please make sure you note in the comments where you're watching from, and of course your name will pop up there and we can see you as well. If you have comments or questions for our guest, just put them right there in the comments and we'll make sure that Garry takes a look at them, and then he can, after the show, he can go back and then he can respond to a lot of those. So Garry, I want to get back with you. Love ballad. I'm going to tell you what I did. Yes, was that yesterday or day before? I put on the LTD version first. Then I listened and I drove around and I had my windows down. I had it on 10. I mean, because it's LTD, you know what I mean? It's LTD. And it just, I'm telling you, I was smiling the whole drive listening because it put me in special places with family, right? And then I put on, of course, your version. And I was sitting there going, God, this is so good. Wow. I mean, like the hairs on my arm just kind of stood up, you know, because it was evoking something different. It was, while it was good, I could feel your passion. I could feel the emotion in the song. You weren't overdoing it. You were giving it room to breathe. Do you know what I mean? And I so love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What part of the original, if there was, I just want to throw this out there now that I've kind of listened to them both side by side. What part of the original LTD classic did you, if at all, refuse to lose in your interpretation of Love Ballad? Was there a moment like that for you?
I think it was, especially when it comes down. Well, if you listen to the song closely, my rendition of the song, and if you know the song, you can sing along from the
You
beginning.
can.
And that was intentional.
Of course.
It is that I did not want to step on anything of where the lyric was of that song. But there are certain places where I says, okay, Jeffrey, step back for a moment. Let me talk.
I got this. I want to say something.
Yeah,
I love it.
Got this. I want to say something here. So I tried to stay true to form of the song from at the beginning, so people could sing along because they were familiar with the song.
Sure.
But when the second verse came around, I says, now let me talk. Let me, the audience or the person hear Garry and how he feels about that. So the second verse, I dug a little deeper for the passionate part of it. And I tell you, it surprised me because I listened to the song again today myself. And I was surprised when it came around the second verse and what I played there. But I said, yeah, that's not exactly the verse of what was sung there, but you won't miss it. And that's when you know that you are there. People say the magic of the song is broadcasting itself. And when I did that, I was like, it's almost that I sung a new verse there, but because something happened. Okay, let me step back. I'm feeling it now. Something happened after I started playing the first part of the song in the verse, and then when it got to the chorus part, then right after the chorus part, during the chorus part, something happened.
Yeah.
And the something happened that I'm talking about is that how many of us do as musicians, it is that we transcend to a different place where we're
Mhm.
playing, and
Yeah.
we go to a place where we are out of ourselves.
Yep. You get out of your own way,
You get
right?
out, yeah, you get
Yep.
out of your own way,
Yeah.
and you're playing from you're playing from that spirit part of the song, and you're no longer physically in control or using your natural mind to move through the song, but now the spirit says, I got it.
So
And yeah,
oh no, I'm sorry. So would
yeah.
you say, and it just hit me. So would you
Yeah.
say that's how you balance
Hmm.
honoring like that timeless music with
Hmm.
tailoring the
Hmm.
classic contemporary,
Yeah.
um you know, the balance between the classic and now the new contemporary sound? What
Yeah.
you're saying, is that how you balance between the
That's
two?
that's how I had to approach this and balance it, because I didn't want to get rid of that spirit of the
The song,
originality of the song
right?
when it was
Thank you for that.
written. But what I want to do is introduce the contemporary or today's smooth jazz listeners to the
Yep,
song.
yep,
But
that's
but 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 when I do it, they can understand and follow where I'm going, and but it doesn't lose the originality to the song,
right.
what it was intended to do.
I love it.
Yeah,
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 you keep the integrity of the
exactly.
classic,
Hmm. Hmm.
love ballad, right?
Hmm.
So you, though, you've worked like across R&B, there is jazz, if I'm not mistaken, blues.
Hmm.
You've done live performances. I've seen you not live, but I'm going to. I'm
Okay.
going to.
All right.
For
All
years
right.
we've done this.
Right.
Which musical influence do you feel showed up the strongest, if at all, on this project?
Oh, wow. If I think, let me give me a moment to think about that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Because it's such a mixture
It
there.
is. You're right.
Um,
Yeah.
and I think I'm gonna have to go way back in West Montgomery.
Oh, how
Uh,
did I know you were gonna say that?
it
Uh,
through there, because
mhm.
although he could play a lot of stuff in his music, but 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 there was still space
Mm,
there,
yeah,
and the touch and the tone.
right.
I want to keep that, integrity there,
Yeah.
and so approaching this song, I wanted to have, and I got a backstory that just popped in my head about that. Is
Go
that
ahead, share it. Don't lose it.
uh the the I wanted the song to breathe. I wanted the song to have space,
Yep.
and uh and so in the process of the production of the song between uh wow, Chris Big Dog Davis,
Yeah.
and when we started to collaborate on this song, and we were in the works of this song, um and then the arrangements started to happen. He started sending me, parts of the song, in the bed, started to be laid
Mhm.
foundation. He sent it to me, and I start working with the guitar parts and that. And I played some things on that. He heard it. He liked it. And I says, well, I can do it. He said, no, this is cool, And you know how Chris is all love, baby. It's all love,
Yes, yeah,
and so that's kind of how the song went. And then he says, yeah, I'm going to keep that. We're going to keep that. I said,
yeah.
well, wait a minute. I said, let me clean it up if you're going to keep it. And
Perfection.
so I went in and to do some cleaning, as I may be giving away some secrets, but anyway. So the thing is that you want it to be presentable, and so to make it presentable as possible, I went back and did just a little cleaning. But in the process of cleaning it, then I said, wait a minute, the way that I played it,
Yeah.
even the first time, is it. And
Mm,
that was it. So this song was not a lot of takes on it. It was
really?
pretty much what you hear is what was actually played the first time. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
it
That
was
says a
played
lot
the first
about the
time.
both of you.
Yeah, and and that was it. And then I had one little riff in there. If you would listen to the song, it's right after the first verse. The was the first verse or going into the chorus? Can't remember, but there's a riff that I do,
Okay.
and I think that it's a bridge that goes, a little riff goes there before we go into the
The
second
next
verse.
verse, yeah.
Yeah, and Chris said, it's just that's it. He said,
Don't touch it,
he
baby.
said you play it so good and simple.
Yeah.
I'll say in the spaces there. He says, but he said, but when you did that, it lets people know that wait a minute,
Yeah.
he can play.
Yeah.
And so that was a cool thing that happened, backstory with the production of that, because I could have riffed all over the song,
You could have.
with
Yeah.
stuff, but that's not what was called for.
Wow.
And if I can say this and drop a little nugget there for a lot of my young musicians
Teach.
that is coming up, is that old saying, it is so true, that less
Is more.
is more.
I knew you were going to say that.
And
Yeah.
this song is a great example of how less is more, because more could have been played,
It
but
could
it's the less that speaks volumes.
But what we have now, it wouldn't have been heard,
Yeah.
right? If you
Mhm.
had done much more, because maybe pieces from that original that you did would have been taken out and replaced with
Sure.
the more that you could have
Mhm.
done. So
Mhm.
I am so glad you let it breathe,
Yeah.
and you let it speak. And speaking of which, so do you think producing this release and all this is just like off the cuff? Was there something creatively that um, you learned here in the aspect of love ballad that you didn't know maybe 2 years ago when you were here originally, guys? For those of you who are just coming in, I had Garry in what was that, March of
March of
24,
24.
when he released what was it, Going in Circles.
Yes.
And he covered that. The feature was Tony Terry. That was the last time he and I had a conversation about music on this platform.
Mhm.
Would you think between then and now there was something about yourself creatively that you're learning, or you came to find that you didn't know 2 years ago?
Um, well, it's something that I knew, but
Mhm.
I had not visited it,
Ah,
over a lot of years.
okay.
Um, and this may sound a little weird, but um, sometimes you have to play certain things to fall into a certain category when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to genres of music and the playlists in some of the radio stations. And sometimes, and true enough, that's just the business in the nature of it. But I felt like there was a part of me uh, that people had not really heard, and because of the nature of the business, you play things a certain way, so that you can be radio friendly
Yep.
to the powers to be. Okay, I don't want to stir up the
No,
pot,
it's true,
but
Garry. I've
it,
heard this
it
before. Yeah.
and so it is you that you're presenting, but you're only presenting to the masses, who's listening to the platform. You're only presenting a certain portion of you in a certain way.
Yeah.
But there's more to you that could be presented to the audience that a lot of times they don't get to hear or
Mm,
see.
right.
And here's where you find that out. It is that we write tunes and we do music. We have to stay true to the platform to a certain degree that we do. But
Yeah.
when artists go out live,
Mm,
that's when you find out more things about them. in how they are, because we are not confined in a box when we are on a live
Same.
set on
Hmm.
stage.
Yeah.
We have that total freedom.
Total.
It,
Yeah.
it is that, because
Yeah.
you will find that our contemporary jazz artists, even if we go to a jazz club and we're
Mhm.
playing there at a jazz club, if you will pay attention, it is that, yes, we're playing contemporary jazz, we're
Yeah.
playing it there, but by the end of the night,
Yeah.
you will hear some funk. You will hear you hear R&B heavy. You hear all of that. And what we're doing is we're showing you then, when you come out to see us, that we are more than what you knew that we were. And so with this song, Love Ballad, I don't think that I've had a record to date that was like Love Ballad in my expression
Mm.
of guitar. Most of them were different, and that was for a reason.
Right.
I think the only one that may be close to this one was the first one that I did as a test market song, was Every Time I Close My Eyes by
Wow.
Babyface.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, but it's not there in the deep passionate place that this song is, and that is because of the evolution
Mm.
that we go through. And I feel like I have evolved, and I'm in a place now where I'm more than ready to show the audience that place that was hidden for so long.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Wow, I love that. We're gonna end for about 60 seconds on that note, if that long. One last break, I promise.
Okay.
And then, of course, we've got the coveted music premiere that we
Oh,
are going to let everybody listen to. And there's a video to it. No, I didn't do the video this time. This is an already prepared video, beautifully done, though. I love that video. So hang out with us once more. Gary, I'll be back with you. And you guys, please don't go too far. We've got more conversation, great music, and I don't want you to miss a thing right here on Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide.
The Music Note Boutique has returned, offering must-have lifestyle go-tos from indie artist Reveal worldwide. Grab your Black is the New White mug, our 25-ounce hot-cold travel cup, and our classic teas, available in an array of colors. Get your essentials now. Visit us at etsy.com/shop/the Music Note Boutique. I'm Sabrina Taylor, creator and host of the indie platform Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide, where the artist shares their story and I premiere their latest release. Connect with Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide here, Mondays on Facebook and YouTube, 7:30 p.m. Central.
Well, I have one of those hot cold mugs, and do you see how big this thing is? I mean, right next to my head. So, no, my head's not big or anything, but this thing is pretty large. It's about 25 ounces, and it definitely holds exactly what it says. Matter of fact, I have on one of the classic tees, very comfortable. The more you wash it, the more comfortable it gets. So grab one of those and support me around town here and there, right? So glad to have you guys here. I want to say hi to Ricky Jones. Michael, I want to thank you guys for popping in from YouTube. Just glad to have everybody here with us with our special guest, Garry Percell. He is in the house tonight. We've
yes.
got new music, man. Love Ballad. What a song to cover. It's an amazing song. But I want to ask you, um, if you think you can, yeah, like you said before the break, you're not trying to start anything with some of the
No.
comments that you make, but
Yeah.
a lot of musicians talk about burnout privately among themselves, right?
Hmm.
They wouldn't
Yeah.
dare do that on stage. Oh, I'm so tired. It's like, well, why are you here? Why did we buy your ticket right now? Rarely do they do that in public. But do you think stepping away from you helped you reconnect with music at all?
It really did. Sometimes it's good to step away. You know,
Yeah,
it really is. It will give you uh, a better perspective.
sure.
And I'm a very spiritual person, and so um, it made me really miss, you know, connecting with people, because going through some of the things that you go through isolation, then
Right.
you withdraw. And
Mm,
so this gave me, man, when I was healed, then it says, wow, I want to connect to people. You know, I want to be able. It really made me look inside myself and says, this gift that God has given me is a special gift,
it
and
is.
and everyone has a gift. They just
Right.
need to find it.
Mhm.
And so, but when you find a gift, just like, you know, finding a wife, you know, when you find one, then you found a good
A
thing.
good thing.
And so it is that all right now. So and so it
Uh,
is that when I was healed,
yeah,
then I says, now I want to really do the work of that gift that was
true.
placed inside of me,
Right.
and I want to share it with as to as many people as I can. And
Right.
so it I missed it, you know, and I'm glad to be back in using it, that people that I can share it with others, and others will receive it. Like I see people receiving it, and it brings me joy. With on social media, that when people say things about how the music make them feel, you
Yeah.
know, and I, that's really what it's all about. You know, making that connection.
Yeah. And it is. And speaking of which, there's like this vulnerability about revisiting like romantic classics.
Hmm.
I feel in today's musical climate.
Hmm.
What made now the right time for music rooted in feeling and musicianship? Why not some other time?
Mm, okay. We're going to open that box. Are we going to open that box?
You've got all the time in the world. That's why there's no hot topics and there is no on the local. I want you to have
I,
all the
I I tell you, some of the music and the direction of music,
yeah,
and I'm not really speaking of the contemporary jazz market, or some of that, because we're in a good safe place with that. But outside of that genre, the music is, oh my God. And so I I just felt like, let me introduce something back, you know, about love, because we have gotten so uh, it's me, it's all about me, it's all about, you know, what I can gain, you know, monetarily,
sure.
or these things, and that is the hot pursuit. And so, but the music that had been created outside of our genre that you hear, and they're missing so much, they're missing out on something. And wow, I wish everyone could go back,
Mm,
even this generation, if they could just go back and live through that moment of the 60s and the 70s, and all
mm,
there, even coming into some of the 80s, but definitely that period of the 60s and 70s, and just listen to the doggone radio, and hear those songs that will
oh, good.
cross. And you know, they were those songs that you could play, you know,
True.
in your home. There were the songs that you could play at the family reunion. There were the songs you could play at the cookouts
With no
with
problems.
no problems,
That's
you know.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and when they came on, it made you look at your significant others, and you wanted to dance or two step or hand dance or swing dance or whatever, and it was all about that. It was all about love,
Yes, it
you
was.
know, and togetherness. And we've gotten away from that with our music, you know. And so, and that was part of it too as well. And I said, well, wow, the love ballad is something. It's what you said earlier. It when people hear it, it takes them back to a time.
The place, time, and place. Yeah,
Yeah, a time and place.
that's
And
right.
because of the essence of the song, that's why it went number one in 1976.
It
It's because of that reason, because
is.
it was about that. It was about love.
Yeah,
You know, it's the intimacy of that song. We've
sure.
gotten away from that true love and intimacy of love. And so Love Ballad was the idea song for this time. Let's
Mhm.
forget about all that other stuff. Let's let's concentrate on love. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. And that's why a lot of times, and I don't know if there'll be any debate about this, but I like to watch the Medea movies
Mm,
that's out there with Tyler Perry because he likes to intertwine
mm,
music such as what you just described
mm-hmm,
in the family environment, like the
mm-hmm,
reunions and
mm-hmm.
whatever it is about family.
Yeah.
And you know, I remember one of the first one, it might have been Medea's family reunion, where everybody was on the front lawn,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it might have been the Daz band or something that, you know, in that um, space of music.
Yeah.
And everybody, you know, just started dancing together on
Yeah.
it, you know.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
but I agree with you. It is rare that you can bring in good R&B music
Yeah.
to a family function or a function,
Mm-hmm.
period.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
don't have
rare.
to, yeah, where you don't have to audit the
Mhm.
lyrics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even with Rick James, you
The
know,
whole
he was kind of
excuse me, but yeah, yeah, the whole song would be bleeped out.
it. That's where I was going. I was going to say, even with Rick James, even though
Mm-hmm.
we know
Mm-hmm.
he was kind of risque, he and
Yeah.
Prince,
Yeah.
but still, it wasn't so obvious. Sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it was kind of under the radar. You
Yeah.
knew what they meant,
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but it was it was so it was just such quality music,
Mm-hmm.
and I so miss that, and I'm so glad you were
Yeah.
choosing and not that you would choose anything lesser,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm glad that this is coming back around,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
this type of music you're revisiting,
Mm-hmm.
like going in circles,
Yeah.
and a love ballad is.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of which, are you
Mm-hmm.
intentionally building a signature lane around reimagining timeless records?
It and I think that's a space
Yeah,
that God has says, okay,
yeah.
here's a space and it's needed.
Hmm.
And so you are spot on at this time. I am really considering in this building now of doing a collection of
Mm,
those songs
sure.
and reimagining them because I believe somebody want to hear it. You know, they would like to hear it. So
Yeah,
I think that is coming. That is coming. You
yeah.
know, try to stay. You know, because you know I am a contemporary jazz
You
artist
are.
in the market, and I got to you know the gatekeepers, and you've got to do certain things, and in that. Well, I'm going to
Yeah.
continue. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. But there are a need for this too as well.
So then, with us talking in this lane about
Hmm.
this space and this time, what conversations then do you hope this new season of music opens between you and your longtime listeners who may not have heard from you in a while?
Say that again. Say that
The
again.
conversations, what conversations do you hope this will generate uh, between you and your longtime listeners who hadn't heard from you in a while?
Well, I hope that um that the conversation will be is that it it's like another viewer had asked me. He says, "I listen to your music
Hmm.
and all of it, not just this song, Love Ballad." And I
Yeah.
was and I and it, I was wondering, and I asked myself, where have this guy been? And it tickled me. When he said that, he says, I was wondering where has this guy
We're,
been? Where
yeah.
where has he been?
Uh-huh.
So as I said previously, is that the space that I am in now is the second leg of the journey.
Sure.
And so the second leg of the journey is taking not only me places
Yep.
that it's going to carry, but I believe that it's going to carry my listeners along as well, and they're going to find themselves, in a place that we haven't been in a while,
In a while.
and yeah, in a while. So um, that's the conversation that I believe, between myself and the listeners is that um, stay with me on the journey,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
yeah, stay with me on the journey. It's going to be a good place. Yeah,
Yeah. And before we go to the premiere, I want to ask you this one last question as we
sure,
go into it.
sure.
We are in a time and space again where this era is just dominated by singles.
Mm-hmm,
Single, 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 single.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Um, and even moments where things go viral. It's like,
mm-hmm,
oh wow,
mm-hmm.
where'd he come from, or where
Yes.
did she come from? Do you
Mm-hmm.
feel today's industry leaves enough room for real musicianship rather than these quickies? Do you know what I mean?
The industry does not leave enough room. They
I
they
don't.
do not, and I think that touches on what we were discussing.
Yeah.
Is that the only time and space
Mm,
that people who follow their artists get to actually know and hear their artists in the artist in their fullness
yeah. Yeah.
is on a live performance.
Jeez, that's true.
Yeah, that is the only place, because the way the industry is designed now is so fast.
Yeah.
Where I came up from, it didn't work quite like it works now. But this
Not
is
at all.
this is what we're in,
Right.
because a record can be here today and is gone tomorrow,
Yes,
and
literally.
and the industry is on to the next record. Even
I,
if your record it's funny, if your record is 3 minutes and 50 seconds long, a hundred a minute and 30 seconds into your song, the industry is already on to the next song.
isn't that awful? It's like they don't want to hear what you have to say.
They
And
don't.
one of the reasons is because I'll say this for the industry and what's happening. We have thousands upon thousands of new entries
Hmm.
every day of
Every day.
music. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I guess they don't feel in their defense, just a little bit, in that
Yeah.
we got so much music.
Hmm.
We got to keep it moving.
We got to keep it moving.
But I want to know from an industry person, I would have loved to. I've had Jason Goroff on here once before.
Yeah.
Um, what he's hearing, as he's pushing your music to radio. What are the
Mhm.
programmers saying? He's really the one that has the heart of what they're saying.
Yeah.
Because he's pushing things to radio.
Yes. Yes.
What
Yes.
are the music directors saying? What are the program directors really, really saying about the music? Because now you've got all these different platforms. A lot
Mhm.
of people are not even listening to radio like they used to in our
Mhm.
day.
Mhm.
There would be a huge superstation, an FM and an AM, right?
Yep. Yep.
And the FM would be the bomb station
Yep.
within maybe 50 miles or so radius or a little
Absolutely.
more.
Mhm.
And you could go from place to place. You pass somebody in a car and they're listening to the radio.
Mhm.
Well,
Mhm.
now, they're listening to Spotify and
That's right.
Apple and
Yep.
iTunes and all these others. And
Mhm.
what is it? Deezer and
Yeah.
Tidal, and
Entitled, all
yeah,
that.
you got all of these DSPs. And
Mhm.
so where's their time for a person to find a radio station in their area when they're inundated with all this great and AI music
Mhm.
in,
Mhm.
infiltrating all
Yeah.
of the good music as well. And
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you, some of that AI music is really pretty good.
It
I'm
is.
just gonna tell you, it really
Yeah.
is pretty
Yep.
good. But
Yep.
my point is that there's so much competition
Mhm.
in the ears, and people's attention span is like
That
that.
long. Mhm.
And they have so much music, and so they move and move and move and move.
Mhm.
And that's a domino effect where
Mhm.
it affects you guys because
Mhm.
you've spent thousands of dollars,
Thousands
hundreds
of
of
dollars,
hours,
hours of
putting this music together, only to
production.
say, okay, what's next?
Mhm.
What?
Mhm.
I just
That
put
that
that.
is that is crazy, and that's what the audience, non-musicians in the audience, that see artists, they
Yeah,
have no idea
no, none.
behind the scenes and what artists go through, especially indie artists.
Oh my God.
It is that we spend thousands and
Yeah,
thousands of dollars,
yeah,
even for one single, and 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 it goes just like that.
yeah.
When it happens, it is so many different things that it takes. When the audience hears a song for that 3 minute period of whatever, they have no idea uh, what went into that song,
No, none.
financially,
Yep.
and all the hours that was put in on the production side of it too. And that's the part that us as artists deal with as we move forward, because the nature of the industry now is that, okay, I got the record, play it 3 minutes, boom, I'm on to the next one. Hey, and that's it. And that's pretty wild. That's pretty
It is
wild.
a wow moment, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I want us to get our ears on the premiere. Love Ballad release is an amazing piece. And then there are visuals with it. So that just makes it even more appealing. So you guys listen, do me a favor, your emojis, use those comments. We can talk about them after, but I want you to dial in and listen in and let us know what you think of Love Ballad. It's the rendition by our special guest, Garry Percell, right here on Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide.
Mm.
Oh my God, there are so many
Mm.
comments, Gary.
Oh wow.
It
Mm.
just, you're, of course, and I'm gonna tell you guys, Gary is so faithful. He's gonna
Mm.
look at every comment. Do
Yep,
you hear me?
I am.
He's gonna look at every one of them and he's going to comment on everyone. So this is such a beautiful, and I'm a lover of the beach. I could walk on the beach at night. I don't
Oh.
care, day or night. I'm like a duck. I can't swim, but I love how it feels being near the water. It's
Yeah,
so freeing, and you can
it
just kind of
is.
digress and leave
Mm.
everything in the ocean, right?
Yeah, and hearing the waves.
And
Yeah,
hearing the waves is so calming. It is
calming.
just,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. This was, I'm, y- I think you kind of outdid yourself on this one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I really do. And I see guitars in some of the comments. I see dancing ladies in some of the comments. It is just, it's beautiful.
Mm.
And I knew people would respond that way. Just beautiful. One of the questions, and I will share, I don't know if it was Sheila or Shelley Singleton, is love ballad a part of a larger um like, are you going to do an EP, basically is what they're, and I wanted to know the same thing. That's my question. Is it a part of a larger musical chapter, perhaps like an EP, an album, or a themed body of work in the near future, or
Yeah.
just a standalone right now?
Oh wow. Whew.
I know it's a little
It's. I mean, it's calling. It's
it
calling.
is, yeah,
I hear it calling for it,
a
and
covered EP or something,
yeah, yeah, it's
Mhm.
calling for it.
Yeah.
It's a, like you said, it's a cover EP is
Mhm.
coming. Of those classic
Yeah.
uh, love songs, and I have a little sneak preview. I have in my studio. This is not a backdrop, y'all. I want y'all
Yo,
to know
it's real. His backdrop is real for real.
this is real,
Yeah.
and so on my stuff here in my studio, there is another classic that is on the table in here. So I won't tell you what that is,
Hmm.
but it's on
Darn
the
it.
table. And so it had me thinking, especially with Love Ballad and the
Yeah.
response that I've been getting from the song. It's just calling for it. You just know it,
Right.
and so yeah, it's coming. Um,
I
an
know.
EP of a lot of the great classic Love Ballad songs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's inevitable. Yeah.
yeah. I can't deny it. I have
Cannot.
to do it. Yeah, I have to do it. So it's
My
coming.
brother. My
Mhm.
brother. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh God, I do. So here, if listeners could only hear like one thing emotionally, and there are tons of things that they're feeling and it's evoking, but if there's only one thing emotionally from Love Ballad, what would you hope stays with them after they hear what they just heard?
uh hopefully they can feel
Yeah,
what I'm feeling,
yeah.
and they can feel what I was feeling when I
Oh,
was playing it.
yeah,
But then that classic that Chris and I decided that we would do, because I could have played all the way through the song and
yeah.
played um that hook in the song that means so much. And so but we decided to have a vocalist sing that part,
You
and
did.
that famous line,
So glad you did.
what
Yeah,
we have is much more than they
they
can
can
see.
see.
And it tied into my expression of what I was playing, and it just
Mm.
all came together. So the guitar was speaking, and then you heard the natural speaking of the hook too as well. So
Yeah,
that's what I want them to take away.
to take away.
It is that um, that's it. I mean,
Yeah,
I can't say anymore. Is that the passion of the song, and that's what I want them to take away.
sure. But you've spent years, Gary,
Mhm.
supporting other artists
Sure. Yeah.
on stage and in the
In
studio.
the studio.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So does this current season feel more personal artistically than in previous releases?
It does. It is. I mean, you're dead on tonight. I mean, what
Yeah.
this song
Yeah.
is introducing a,
Mm,
more of a personal
I feel that.
uh,
Hmm.
journey
Yeah.
for uh, and it is because I spent many years as a sideman for other artists,
Yep.
part of musicians for other artists and bands and things like that. And but during that time in that process, I was always ears open, eyes wide open, listening to the greats, hearing what they were saying, what they were doing, how they performed, all of these things. So I was just cataloging all of that
Mm,
years and until this appropriate time there. So I was just thinking the other day, you know, when I was listening to Love Ballad, I was thinking about someone that I had played for as a side person, and it all came full circle because the things that I was doing to make this song possible, it was like they were speaking to me then,
ooh,
like saying, "Uh huh, see, yeah, that's
I love it.
that's
Wow.
that's it. That's what you.
Mm,
This is what it's about."
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so, and as I say always, you know, I stand on the shoulders of so many people and greats that came way before me, and I'm just grateful this opportunity now. And you hit the nail right on the head that I do feel in this time, in this atmosphere at this time, that there's something different that is transpiring with the artist Garry Percell.
Wow.
Right now, yeah, there's something is happening. So
Yeah. And you're
yeah.
leaving, and I said I wanted to mention legacy, but
Hmm.
it's like you're leaving a legacy of some of the most admired and beloved covers
Hmm.
around.
Hmm.
And we know it's going to be in good hands because Garry Percell is covering Love Ballad. Garry Percell is covering Going in Circles. I mean, and that song,
Yeah.
Going in Circles, is still being played at some radio
Oh,
stations. You know?
it is, and you just touched on something about that. Is that I remember Tony telling me in a conversation, and we were talking, and with that song of people don't know when I covered "Going in Circles" featuring Tony Terry
Right.
on vocals, who did a fantastic
Fantastic.
job,
He did
and
that.
through he and one of our conversations, and he said, you know, he said, you know, Garry, you know, we're going to forever be tied together
And you are because
on
of
this
that
song.
song.
He
Yes.
said forever. He said, you
True.
know, we're going to be tied together forever on this
Mm,
song.
yeah,
So so what he was talking about was a continuation of legacy.
it is.
And so because before I covered that song "Going in Circles" with Tony doing the vocals on that, it had been covered by many other artists.
Truly, it had. Yeah, that's true. Hmm.
But the time in between that
Hmm.
of that cover, it had not been done in the way that I did it with Tony.
No.
And so when it came back, it was just a continuation of the legacy of that song when it was originally recorded all the way up through other artists, and then I have to stop at Luther Vandross when he covered it, and then the continuation when Tony and I
Had
covered that
done that.
song.
Yeah.
So that's the key thing that he says. He says, Garry, you know, we're going to forever be tied to this song. So when I'm long and gone from this earth, that
That
song will
remains.
still remain and still be here.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
So, what future collabs
Mhm.
excite you? Uh, especially artists that are vocally, synergistic with you. Uh, have you thought further along about collaborations?
There are
Can you share?
uh,
Probably not.
probably not,
I know.
but
Oh,
I there is one we're talking about, and
yeah.
like I said, I don't know which one, it was Shelly or her other twin sister that was mentioning that. Will there be, like a cover EP? Uh, it's got to happen, and it's going to happen. And so there is a song already in, but it's non-vocal, but it's from that particular era.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. So you
But then when you're talking about vocal, there is another that's getting ready to happen. It's probably going to end up on that EP that you're talking about, of a legendary vocalist. And the only thing I can say is that he's old school, but he is originally from North Carolina too. So you're just going to have to wait and see who that is.
Come on, you history buffs. I know your wheels are turning.
But we've been talking, and we have talked about it, and it's someone that you guys from our era are familiar with, and you love. I can't say anymore. You love
he's
their
teasing us right now.
record. Yeah, but we're going to work on
I know.
one of his hit tunes.
Hit
Okay.
tunes. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed getting to know all of the ins and outs behind this particular song. And I just really wanted it to be about love ballad. You know, there may be people who have just gotten connected with Garry Percell. And I would say just go to his library of music, and he's got some great jazz compilations in there. And, you know, he has a bio. You can read up on that. You can even probably go back on YouTube. And the Facebook has started deleting after 30 days lives like this. They will automatically delete them.
They will.
If I don't back them up, I won't have access right now. I thank God for YouTube. They're kind of storing what this is being deleted from, but I want you guys to go back to, and I think it may be under Unsigned Artist Reveal, because that's what I was before Indie Artist Reveal. It was Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide. I think I'm still out there. Garry Percell, I interviewed him March 25th, 2024. And you can learn all that you want between his bio and that interview. But today was about love ballad. And so I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Somebody said, is it George Clinton? They're trying to find out who this mystery person is.
Right. Yeah, because George is from Kannapolis, North Carolina. Yeah, he is Concord area. Yeah. No, it's not George. It's not George.
Not George. It's Bobby
keep guessing.
Roebuck. It's Bobby Roebuck that's asking.
Is it Bobby?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, we have put up, and I will have the actual the website and his ID. So we want you to frequently visit GarryPercell.com. I only have a couple of handles from social, but right now it's Facebook at Garry Percell, and then Instagram is Garry Percell _ the artist. Correct. And that's how you can find him on Instagram and as well as Threads. But I am just tickled pink to have had you back on the show and to be working with you side by side. This guy is a friend. He's a spiritual advisor. I wring him dry, honey. I don't. Like, Garry, what do you think about this? So
it's fine. It's good. I'm always available.
And I love that. I really do. I really do. And so listen, everybody, again, I want you to go and follow on Spotify, download there, make sure you get his music or any of your favorite DSPs. We want you to go and get his music. Garry, we truly appreciate you spending a little over an hour with us. Tell Janice, I'm sorry. It was so good.
She's been with me a long time. She know how this works.
Well,
It's all good. It's all
I
love.
can't wait to get to meet you guys, and that I promise it's going to be soon because you're not so far that I can't
No.
drive. Somebody said Peebo Bryson, they're still trying to.
Oh my.
Everybody wants to know, and Garry has the clout to pull them in. So
Yeah.
you gotta stick around. You gotta follow.
You got to follow.
So
You got to follow
see who this person is going
this
to
person
be.
is.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Garry, thanks again. We appreciate you.
No, we appreciate you. We thank you so much for the platform, providing for us, for us to be able to connect with our fans in the audience. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much. Well, listen, everybody, have a great night. Remember, what you make happen for others, God will also make happen for you. Have a great night, and we will see you again next week. Take care. Bye.